Hi, everybody. Welcome to this episode of Martin Outside. My most recent episode on Papa Bear hikes, somebody had wrote in, one of the listeners wrote in asking about stuff sacks and ditty bags and talked about how expensive they can get. They were doing some research, buying some equipment, and saw on some of these gear websites ditty sacks, ditty bags, and stuff sacks that were costing like $30, $40. And I know I have seen them. So I went on and did a little research, and they exist. And I'm not faulting the manufacturers or the companies for selling them, but I couldn't help but start to get the feeling maybe things are getting a little exploitive out there for ultralight backpacking. Now, there are items you never want to skimp on. And these companies do sell very high quality products. And those items are in this order: your sleeping bag, your tent, and your backpack. Those are the items you always want to pay top dollar for. You will always want to be looking for quality when it comes to those items. You do not want to go out in a cheap sleeping bag. If you can't afford a good sleeping bag, try to borrow one from somebody. Having the wrong sleeping bag not only could ruin your trip, but could create a dangerous situation for you. Having the right tent, um, many of us have experienced situations where we've had tents leak. That's never fun either, to wake up with water all around you. So you definitely want to take time and research and buy yourself a quality tent. And backpacks, I would say if there's wiggle room in the big three, maybe it's backpacks. But if you're going to get serious about this, spend the money and get a quality backpack. And when it comes to these gear choices, do yourself a favor. Do your own research. Don't trust what you're seeing on YouTube's or even podcasts. Keep in mind, a lot of times I'm just simply giving you my opinion, and that's all most of these other people are doing. They'll use a piece of gear once or twice. Most of the time, it was given to them by the gear company, and they're trying it out. Now, with that said, if anybody's listening who works for one of these companies or owns one of these companies, I'm not going to turn down any gear. And if you send it to me, I will do an honest assessment of it on the podcast and on the YouTube channel. So I'm not putting down, I'm not bad mouthing anybody here. I'm just trying to tell the people who are new at this or are looking to buy new gear that please take your time and don't get sucked into the vortex of just spending money. It's easy to do. Your big three can be expensive enough. A quality tent can cost you anywhere from $300 to $700. A quality sleeping bag, a good high quality sleeping bag, is going to cost you $300 and up. That's a sleeping bag or a quilt. I should also put a quilt in there too, because a lot of people are now going over to quilts. Um, Backpacks, you can spend, even for a mid-level backpack, you can expect to spend in the neighborhood of $200. For a higher end one, probably around anywhere from $300 to $500. And just to back things up a little bit, some people are using hammocks. Same thing. Don't make that mistake. Shrooman did it on one of our overnights. We had a cheap hammock that we bought on Amazon, $50, I think. The thing ended up just ripping at the seam. The next morning, he was half out of this thing. It was kind of funny to see, but it wouldn't have been so funny if we were out there for several days and that happened. It actually would have probably caused us to end our trip. I do want to talk a little bit about stuff sacks and ditty bags at this point. Personally, I have used two types of systems. For years, I went with just plastic Ziploc bags, zipper type bags. Then I started buying some sacks over the years. I'd see a good price on one. My kids were all in scouts, so I would buy them to help them sort their gear, keep their gear organized at summer camp. So over the years, I've collected quite a few, and I started taking them out on my backpacking trips with me. I have this one here that I bought in 1997. I paid $6 for it. This one I bought in 2006. This was a set of three for like $12. And this one's nice because this is actually a dry bag. It was a set of three dry bags. And actually, you roll it up and you can lock it and keeps everything dry. And I've got weights on these. The blue bag, which just has a pull cord on it with a barrel lock. That weighs 1.31 ounces because again, we want to address not just the financial cost of this, but also the weight. Because that is, I think, what pulls us into that vortex is I can save some ounces here. I can bring my pack weight down if I spend the extra money. You don't necessarily have to do that. Okay, and that's what I'm trying to tell you here. When it comes to stuff sacks and ditty bags, you don't have to do that. This one here is 0.71 ounces. This year, I ditched these. No more. I went back to my favorites. My favorite stuff sacks and ditty bags. You got it. Good old plastic bags. Okay? They hold up. And you know what's great about these? I maybe pay a couple dollars for a box of them. And when they break or wear out, just get another one. I could buy a box for, do the math, right? If you go to the dollar store, you can buy a box of these for maybe $1, $1.50. Here's what I'm going to do. For a limited time offer, I'm going to have an offer. I'm going to have something for my loyal listeners and viewers. I already did this on the podcast. But before I get into that, just one more thing on the topic of bags. I recycle the heck out of these things. I have one here. I think I've used this. Some of these have been in there since my 2017 long trail hike. And as long as exposed food doesn't touch the inside of it, making it smellable, I'll use it over again. And some of these bags, as I said, I use them over and over. So I have 3 size bags. Now here's my offer to our listeners. Limited time offer. Go to the website, papabearhikes.com. Buy the book, Switching Gears. Hope everybody can see that. Leave a review on Amazon. Let me know you left a review. Once we verified you left a review, I will send you a free Papa Bear Hikes recycled stuff sack. Ultralight stuff sack. And they come in 3 sizes. So when you contact me, let me know what size you want. We have the small, extra small. And I've used this to, sometimes it's just big. And I don't bring a lot of first aid items. I figure if I need anything more than just some bandages, moleskin, and antiseptic and A&D ointment, I probably need to get off the trail. I could fit all my first aid items in this. This is our extra small. This is our small. Now this one, I've already put first aid on it. I have the Papa Bear Hikes logo sticker. And this is what you'll be getting. This is what I'll actually be sending you. It'll be written up like this. And if you'd like, I will even put your trail name on here. Okay, how's that? This, if you're somebody who brings more first aid with you, this will do the job. This also is the size of the bag I put my toilet paper in on my hikes. Believe it or not, I take it off the roll it up, and it fits in here. You could do the same thing with this. This could serve the same. It could be a poop bag. I also, this year, I had my electronics in a bag this size, but if you bring a lot of electronics with you, if you vlog, bring a Kindle, you're going to need more chargers, more cords. This might do. And again, look at that logo. Isn't that cool? I will send this to you. This is a recycled bag. I'll put your trail name on it for you. And this one, this is our jumbo bag. Now, I use this because I break my food up into weeks. What I do is I'll have a day's worth of food in a bag this size. And believe it or not, 5 days worth of food will fit in one of these jumbo bags. This is our extra large bag. I will put clothing in here sometimes. This is good for keeping clothing dry and clean. Only clean clothing, by the way, ever goes in these bags. Only clean clothing. It serves a lot of purposes. If you're looking for a poop bag, we got the small, we got the super pooper, and we'll call this the jumbo pooper if you're looking for a poop bag. And I'll write that on there for you. I'll make sure it says poop bag on there for you. Go to popbearhikes.com. Buy the book. Leave me a review, and I'll send you one of these ultralight recycled stuff sack / ditty bags for free. Hey, thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe. And while you're on the website, go to our Patreon. We've done a lot of really cool things there. Some new offers coming up starting November 1st that are exclusive for our Patreon members. So go check that out. Make sure you get outside and have some fun.